I reckon all of you know me. If you don't, I'm R.J. Hacker, and I own Hacker Dynamics, and Hacker Aerospace, Time Hacker, Hacker Up John, and a bunch of others I don't even remember their names right now, and you don't care.
Jesus, is this the best you could come up with? What about, international terrorism?
Well, sir, we're not going to reopen missile factories just to fight some creeps running around in exploding rental cars, are we, sir?
Turn on the lights. I'm sorry. I'm appalled. I'm surprised you let those killer bees off the list. That'd be a good one. How about Canada?
Oh, boy. Look at that. That's footage never seen on TV.
Amazing. All right, now how did you know that was a nuclear facility?
Well, they tricked us on that one. That's a hospital. But it's a hell of a strike. We've got technology better than this we've never been able to use.
Do you remember the big New York blackout?
Sure.
Caused by a Canadian hydroelectric plant, Niagara Falls. The Canucks claimed that it was a faulty transmitter. We had reason to suspect otherwise.
Did you say Canada? The American people, Mr. Smiley, would never, ever buy this.
Mr. President, the American people will buy whatever we tell them to. You know that.
Aren't you overlooking one major obstacle? Like how to get the average American to hate and fear?
Good evening. Edwin S. Simon reporting. NBS News has obtained Pentagon documents that show our neighbor to the north, the sovereign nation of Canada, has embarked on a military program aimed at the United States. Canada, known for ages as a polite and clean country, has, under a socialist majority, undertaken a massive military buildup on its border with the United States.
Is Canadian Prime Minister Clark MacDonald a member of a satanic cult?
You were both in Skull and Bones, the secret society. It's so secret we can't talk about it.
Most of Canada's vast military technology has been built and supplied by the United States. The Canadian National Tower in Toronto, erected to transmit nuclear attack warnings from radar stations in northern Canada, is now solely in Canadian hands.
Americans will not go to war, even a Cold War, unless they truly believe that their very lives are threatened.
What do you have in mind?
Back in the early 1960s, my old buddy Lyndon Johnson says, boys, why don't we just bomb one of our own ships and blame it on the North Vietnamese? That's what we did. We shelled a U.S. Navy ship in the Gulf of Tonkin. At least that's what we told everybody. As far as I know, that damn boat was out in the middle of Lake Erie. But 24 hours later, the U.S. Senate voted 98-2 to send troops to Vietnam.
It's an amazing story.
That's the truth. And it can still work.
Iraq. Ha! They were supposed to have this big, bad army.
And the biggest cannon invented by a Canadian.
72 hours after we invade, they're begging for a Big Mac.
We stopped us 100 miles short of Baghdad. We just sat there waving our dicks in the desert.
Mr. President, do you want more of that? Or 50 years of Cold War prosperity because Joe Schmo American is scared shitless the world's going to end before the next commercial?
Here's what we're going to do. We'll get some special ops, we'll disguise them as Canadians, and we'll let them blow something up. But nothing valuable, okay? There are no casualties, all right?
There'll be no casualties.
Okay.
And Canada gets the blame.
The nation remains stunned today after the capture of secret Canadian agents who were attempting to blow up the hydroelectric plant in Niagara Falls, New York.
What the? Holy shit. The hell? Honey.
Shh. Cabral, what does this look like to you?
Got me.
Never saw a white one that size.
It's the Canadian National Tower.
Maybe I better carry the guns.
Where are we going?
Boomer's got a special mission for us. He says the Canadians are too clean for their own good. We're crossing over.
To Canada?
Yep. We're going in tonight to kick some Canadian butt.
Can we go to the tower?
No, I don't think so.
Everything I see or read about these Canadians just makes me want to puke. It's time we put America back in North America. God bless Bud Boomer!
There are some things we will not be allowed to show you, but you can rest assured that you will be getting all of the information you need to know.
Kid, where is everybody?
The tower.
Tower.
The Canadian National Tower.
Terrible. I didn't understand a word of what he said.
He said the missiles will launch in 7 minutes.
Oh, my God. God.
President, you got 6 minutes to change. This is a mistake you do not want to make.
No.
Negotiate with him.
No,
Give him what he wants.
No, wait. Just give me a second. 1 second.
Gentlemen, I intend to put some shoe leather between me and ground zero. Gentlemen, I intend to put some shoe leather between me and ground zero. Call me, Mr. President, when you decide to give me the money.
Wait a second. Wait, just 1 second.
God, sir, that's the oldest trick in the book.